up, everybody? This is Tyler of Oceans in Heaven. This is Perfect Laughter Podcast 2. Today I have my good friend Hunter with me in the sickest hat ever.
$12.50 at Walmart.
Yeah. We put out a record today. It's a split. The first 3 songs are him. The next 3 are me, and we're going to talk about it. All right, so the first song is called Disintegrate, and that's all you. My dad sent me a text today, and dude, he was like, hey, man, listen to the first song, pretty good. And he was like, it's your song.
I agree.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Thanks, Dad.
Pretty good.
Sick, dude. That's not even my song.
It's a very moody song.
Yeah.
Very dark.
Kind of like a slow dive feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very down.
Yeah. It's got a good chorus, though. I think we're going to actually, at the tail end of this podcast, play an acoustic version of that one.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
And it's going to be sick.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it.
So the second one, it's so hard. I can't handle this hat.
I know. It's a good hat. Yeah.
It's too party.
hat.
Yeah. We're seeing our buddies tonight, the Lowly Souls, and they all wear these hats, and they're kind of a country band. So we're gonna go in, no context, in these hats, and kind of like pull on them like this.
I'm very excited.
Like a lot of these. What's the second song? Second song,
it was called 1 Hour when I recorded it,
Mm.
and it's now called Dreaming. And it's very hip-hop, but also shoegaze blended and electronic focused. And it's based off a demo I made like 2 years ago that was literally just a beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another kind of moody one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moody, dude?
Yeah, it's all moody, man.
Yeah.
It's all about the mood.
Yeah.
Getting in the mood.
And you stopped. So you're a cook. I
Yeah.
guess, for those who don't
I
know.
was. Yeah, I was a cook
And
in
you
fine
kinda-
dining restaurants.
And you had a kind of a bad event happen.
Yeah, I grabbed a pan. It was very hot. I burned my hand, and my hand was like swollen, so I couldn't even move it. So I couldn't play guitar for months. I couldn't do anything. I was out of work, and I just decided to quit and do music full time and start recording full time. And that's where a lot of these songs came from, because I couldn't play guitar, and I just had to make it work.
So you bought a sampler, right?
I did. I got a sampler, and I started focusing on that and synths and making beats, and it definitely changed the music I was making a lot. I think Disintegrate's like more keen to what I'd been doing up to this point. But the second 2 songs are definitely fresh.
Yeah.
Freshy
Sound
fresh.
different. And then when he was making those, I was like, oh, I need those kind of drums too. I'm just going to rip on you.
There's definitely a competitive aspect to making a split.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're just like...
Oh, it's like, fuck, he keeps making hits.
Yeah.
I literally have to... I probably went through... Because we pushed the date back 3 or 4 times, and I went through at least 9 songs. And then you kept making shit, and I was like, all right, back to the drawing board, back to the drawing board, back to the drawing board. So I have at least 9 songs that I haven't put out from this. But I ended up liking the 3 that I went with, and it worked out in the end. But it definitely was competitive. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't going down this easy, dude.
Yeah, Perfect Laughter definitely slaps me in the face. Man.
So the third one is full sampler though.
It is
That's when you
full
went
sampler.
sample.
I do a little guitar, but it was very painful to do.
My 2. Yeah.
Very painful
That's
to
always
do.
my issue. You did. Oh yeah. There's a little guitar.
Yeah,
in
there's a little bit.
kind of like a George Clanton thing.
Yeah, George Clanton definitely one of the people who I've been kind of really looking at.
Mm-hmm. Who else?
Musically lately.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. Shout out to Garth.
Shout
dude.
out Garth.
Always.
Huh?
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Dead Mouse, definitely a big influence. I love his hat. He has another great hat.
Yeah.
Don't know much about his music.
Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull is very good.
Yeah.
I love his bald head. I'll just describe people in pop culture.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the radio much, so don't have a big grasp on that.
Yeah. So then my half starts with Pastel C, which is a song that I wrote. So my album, my part goes kind of reverse chronological. So it's like kind of about the death of an old relationship and then the beginning of a new one. So this, what I mean by reverse chronological is this is actually the end point. It's kind of like the rebirth. I went down to Charleston with Christian from the last podcast and Dan, and we were there for a month, and it rejuvenated me a lot. I was there in February, and it was like warm there, and went out a couple times and kind of put it together and found myself again. And then Perfect Laughter is the second song, but that's kind of the grieving song. So it's going like rebirth, grieving, and then Twin Flames is the death song. And so Perfect Laughter is the first song I wrote, but it's kind of about like a grieving process and kind of like a nostalgic feel. And then Twin Flames I actually wrote like a week ago, and we put it together. And it sounds a little rough, which I actually wanted because it was like full on, experiencing the emotion in like its truest form. But I just put it together one night when I was just kind of in the dumps, and it's they're kind of making peace with the death of things. And I was amped on it, man. I think that's maybe the best lyrical song I've ever written. There's not much else going on in it, so it's good that the lyrics are.
It was the closer the EP needed.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel pretty good about that one. And then so it's like, kind of like a circle, but reverse.
The EP on my half, it's not as story driven, I guess. Mine's more about. I'd say the first two songs are more dealing with kind of a anxiety and loneliness, I guess, which is a core aspect to a lot of my music. And the third song, I really. I wrote the lyrics down one night, and I did like a kind of train of thought lyricism, almost like you would hear in a Talking Heads kind of song, where I just said things to say things, and like the way it sounds when it rolls off.
Okay.
And it just kind of came together, and I ended up like really loving some of the analogies and stuff.
So Perfect Laughter also is, it's a line from a Charles Bukowski poem, and the poem's called Roll the Dice, and it's about just kind of like keep going when you feel like you can't, but it's not very sporty, but it's kind of like, he's like a kind of whiskey Irish poet. And the line specifically is, at the end, he says, "You will chase this life to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is." And when I read that, I was in law school, and it was during finals week, and I'd had a kind of a rough breakup, and it punched me in the face. And I was like, oh, that's how kind of the way my art works, is like something will just stick, and I don't know where it'll fit, and I'll make it fit later. But then just the phrase perfect laughter, I was like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah. Kind of coincidentally got into comedy at the same time. Christian and I started going out doing open mics, and he's kind of ran with it. I've just stuck to music because I'm not as good as he is. But kind of the confluence of those two events, reading that poem and then getting into comedy that made Perfect Laughter kind of come into being. Just pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. That song's my favorite.
Yeah.
There's that.
I hated it 2 weeks ago, and I love it again.
I know.
That's like
it's like my favorite one now.
Yeah.
I bop that in the car, constant now.
Yeah. It's weird when you're writing and recording a song. It's like, I hated that song 2 weeks ago. I was like, dude, it's awful. And
before the song's just published today, I was like, I cannot listen to these ever again, because I did like all the mixing and stuff. So I had listened to these songs 100 times over. So I thought I was burnt out on them for like a year. But
we definitely should have mentioned this. So Hunter does all the recording and stuff for us. Like Hunter's a genius with all that, with the recording and stuff. I bring him the most raw version of something possible, and he puts the gloss on it. And he's recording, and he's gone full time with it, like he's saying, and he's reasonable, and he's like, he can get my stuff. He's like Travis. Like, I'll just bring these guys ideas, and it'll just be like very rough, crude ideas, and they help shape them. And we went through 15 different songs, and he was patient. And I appreciate you, man. It was a process, but we got there, and I'm definitely happy with the end product.
It's no problem.
Yeah,
you gotta keep going till you're proud of it.
Yeah,
that's all you can really do.
We made a lot of. Man, I remember when I was trying to make this house song.
Yeah,
like I have this dream, dude, of making like a late 90s, like, that, do you think you're better off alone? I want to make one of those, dude. And I tried, and it was the worst song of all time. And
it wasn't the worst song of all time. It did make me go, I don't know if this is the direction. I kind of had to sit there and think, do I say anything?
Yeah. And it was like, yeah, that's a cool thing, is like you're patient enough to let somebody find that on their own.
Definitely.
Because then I came back a day or two later, I was like, dude, that sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was at with that one. I got way too I don't know.
I definitely
I'm not
know
better
how
off
time it
alone,
is.
dude.
I mean, I've spent years on songs before. Like,
Yeah.
you just have to make it till it's right.
Yeah.
Like I said, like Dreaming was a song I just had sitting around for a year that I just picked up, and I was like, I could finish this, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes in waves. I wrote Perfect Laughter this summer. And then when I got back from Charleston, which was last summer, 2018 summer, and I probably wrote Pastel C a month ago. And then, Twin Flames was like a week and a half ago. It's
Yeah.
like, remember, Travis, when we went and played Blue Fox, it was like the day before that. It just came together.
Yeah, Twin Flames was last minute.
Yeah. But I'm glad it snuck on there. And I think we're going to do an acoustic version of Disintegrate, right?
Yeah.
It's the first song of the record, which
First song.
my dad thinks is me.
Yep.
He's
And it's
and he
pretty
said,
good.
He said,
Pretty
"Hey,
good.
dude, pretty good."
Yeah, we're gonna put that on a sticker right on the album. Reviews, pretty good.
Yeah, Tyler's dad.
Tyler's dad.
Dreams slip away. My best times are just a daze. Set my mind ablaze. Let my world incinerate. Feels like I'm missing something. Gave all my time up for nothing. Feels like I'm slowly fading. Watch my world disintegrating. Can't find my place. Everything feels so far away. And what I want and what I need never felt so far from me. It just feels like I'm missing something. Gave all my time up for nothing. Feels like I'm slowly fading. Watch my world disintegrate. Feels like I'm missing something. Gave all my time up for nothing. Feels like I'm slowly fading. Watch my world disintegrate. The truth is I love myself, but myself doesn't love me back. The truth is that we want what we know we can't have. Can't have. Feels like I'm missing something. Gave all my time up for nothing. Feels like I'm slowly fading. Watch my world disintegrate. Feels like I'm missing something. Gave all my time up for nothing. Feels like I'm slowly fading. Watch my world disintegrate. Feels like I'm missing something. Gave all my time up for nothing. Feels like I'm slowly fading. Watch my world disintegrate.